Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a wonderful day. In today's video we are going to be doing the review of When We Were Bright and Beautiful by Jillian Medoff. This was my August book of the month choice, and I would have to say this book is a 5-star read, but please read the trigger warnings on the book before you read. There are a few trigger warnings on this book, and if you would like to know what they are, I would say check out my August 2022 Book of the Month Choices video, because the trigger warnings for this book is in that video. This book will make you cry, it will make you angry, it will make you feel a whole bunch of emotions wrapped up into one. So when you read this book, the first thing you will think of is the Me Too movement. If you know what that's about, that's what type of content is in this book. A lot of sexual content in certain things. So if any of that has a triggering situation for you, this is not the book for you. But this is a 5-star read. It makes you think about our justice system. It makes you think about women and men when they say things happen to them. This book is classified as a psychological thriller, and it's going to be like, no, I don't agree with this. Yes, I agree with this. You're going to be going back and forth about how you feel about the characters and the whole situation. So the back of the book, I will be taking out a few words in the back of the book just for platform purposes. But the back of the book says, you can have everything and still not have enough. Cassie Quinn may be the only 23-year-old. Cassie Quinn may be only 23 years old. She knows a few things. 1, money can't buy happiness, but it certainly can't hurt. 2, family comes first. 3, her younger brother, Billy, is not AR. When Billy was a junior at Princeton, when Billy, a junior at Princeton, is arrested for assaulting his on and off again girlfriend, Cassie races home to Manhattan to join forces with her family and older brother. While certain of his innocence, the Quinn know that Billy's fit to all forms of Billy fits the all too familiar SO profile: white, athletic, and privileged, that makes headlines and sways the jury. So as the clock ticks and the law closes in on the family, scramble to hire the best defense money can buy. Meanwhile, Cassie struggles to understand Billy's ex would go so far even if breakups are painful. She knows better than anyone how the end of first love can destroy someone. Her own years-long affair with a powerful, charismatic man left her shattered, and she only recently regained her footing. As reporters coverage outside the Upper East Side landmark building, the Quinns geared themselves for a media satire trial. Cassie vows she will do whatever it takes to exonerate her brother. But what if it means exposing her own darkest secret? Dazzling and psychologically astute as it rockets towards an explosive ending, When We Were Bright and Beautiful asks, who will pay the price when the truth is revealed? So, the book starts off, we meet Cassie, Nathan, or Nathaniel, and Billy. They all come from a rich family. But the thing is about Cassie, she was adopted into this family because her parent passed away, but her biological parents were also rich. So she grew up privilege, but Cassie has some dark secrets that come out in the book. I will not spoil that for you, but please do not stop reading the book in the middle just because you get angry of how you think it's going to turn out. Read the book all the way to the end. It is 319 pages, but when you think of this book, the first thing you're going to think of, oh snap, these are a rich family, and you're basically not going to have any sympathy for them when you find out that the son is going to be on trial. But as you read, you sort of have sympathy for the situation. You have sympathy for Cassie as you get to know her and what she's been through in her life. You have sympathy for Billy, the accused, because you learned that he had a tragic beginning to life, and the reason why it is plotted that this trial has happened is because they don't want certain family secrets to come out, but this trial takes the family to their breaking point. So the question becomes, if you know something happens, do you tell because it's the right thing to do, or do you not tell because you're trying to save your family from some heartache? Do you choose right or family? Or do you protect family even though you know they're wrong? It's that delicate balance between right and wrong or protecting family. And it's like the thing he was accused of, you want justice for the person that accused him, if you follow me. But then you know the person that accused you knows something about your family that you don't want to come out, but you know it is a possibility that it's going to come out because you're on trial for this thing. And then you get to see Billy and his ex-girlfriend's dynamic. His ex-girlfriend is his accuser, so you don't really see much about her. You hear about her in the beginning, but you really don't hear her side of this story until the trial starts. And when you get into the trial, I will say this, that's where the trigger warnings are hot and heavy. So if you read this book and you feel as though it's too triggering, it will come up through the trial. And then you wondering, how does this family dynamic work? Because Billy and Nathaniel, or Nate as they call him, they are biological siblings. Cassie is the one adopted. Even though she was born rich and her biological parents died, she still grew up in a rich family. So money is like, is money gonna help them win, or is it portraying the family in a certain light gonna help the family? But is it the right thing? It's more of, is this the right thing? Would you rather save your family knowing that they did something to someone, or would you rather have your family go to jail for a crime they committed or not? And do you believe that they committed the crime or not? Or is your love for your family gonna cloud your judgment? That's basically how this book goes. It's like, it's so heartbreaking, but it is a conversation that is relevant to the time, because this sort of situation, whether money is a factor or not, happens a lot. And sometimes we get caught up in, we love this person, they can do no wrong in our eyes because we're blinded by love, that we forget that there are people out there that are victims and they have every right to tell their story, to tell their truth, and get justice for what has been done to them. And no amount of family, money, or people's time should forget that the facts of a case matter. Not if you know somebody, not if you trust them or you think they will never do something. The facts of the case is what matters. And when it comes to high profile situations that are being televised and people are being interviewed left and right, you kind of have to tune out the noise and remember the facts. So what Billy was accused of happens a lot. Unfortunately, the victims sometimes stay silent, but when they get a chance to tell their story, listen to the facts. And the facts play a part in this case, but you also know that if you can come up with any ounce of reasonable doubt to persuade the jury to decide with the offense and get a non-guilty verdict, that can also happen. So, is he guilty? Is he not? Or did he just get off? I'm not going to answer that question for you. You're going to have to read the book for yourself. The book is broken down into 3 parts. The first part is called The Discovery. The second part is called Part 2 is called The Investigation, and Part 3 is called The Judgment. So, like I said, please read the trigger warnings to this book before you read it. Please read this book if you choose to read it with an open mind. And remember, everybody deserves their day in court. Everybody deserves to share their truth. And keep an open mind when you're reading it, because it will bring out a lot of different emotions. And that's what makes this book so controversial, because of the sexual nature and topic in this book. Some people are going to agree, some people are going to disagree. But remember, facts are facts, and everybody deserves their day in court. And focus on the facts. And sometimes focusing on the facts means putting your emotions aside and only focusing on the facts. So as I've said, this book is a 5-star for me. I think I cried through most of the book, but it did made me look at all the people that have said Me Too in a whole new light. So remember, I'm always thinking of you, sending my love, and bye for now.